right, so with surface area, in order to find the surface area, we have to unfold the shape, okay, and make what we call a net, okay? And this shows us all the sides and all the shapes, or what they would call faces, of the 3D shape, okay? From here, we can find the area of each individual face, add it all up, and then we'll get the total area. When we're talking about surface area, I talked about how it's the area of the walls. So when you would use this is like if I'm going to paint my room, okay? I'm not going to come in here and just fill my room up with paint, right? That's called volume. I just want to know how much area is my walls. So I'd have to find the area of each individual wall, okay, add it all up, and that's going to tell me my total area. Then I can go to the hardware store and tell them how much space I need, and they can tell me how much gallons of paint I need, okay? So that's an important concept, okay? So there's a pattern to follow with these. Sometimes you're going to be given the net. They're going to show you the shape, the 3D rectangular prism. This is called a rectangular prism because it's made up of rectangles, okay? And they're going to make the net for you, which is great, okay? This is where our highlighters are going to come in because we have this beautiful thing where a lot of these are going to be congruent, or they're going to be the same. Okay? So go ahead and get out your highlighters. After you get out your highlighters, I want you to, oops, let me turn me this way. Okay? I want you to stand up. We're going to do a little bit of an exercise here, okay, with surface area. So stand up. Up, up, up. All right, y'all know the song, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Think of this as your brain break. Here's your brain break, okay? All right, this is what I call the surface area version of that, okay? So we're going to pretend we're inside a rectangular prism, okay? Kind of like y'all have seen one of those mimes before who are in a box. I know what I'm talking about, the mimes who are like, oh my gosh, I'm in a box, okay? We're kind of going to be like that, and we're going to touch each side of the box, okay? So it starts out by going top, bottom, front, back, side, side. Okay, I'm gonna start slow for you, and then we're gonna go fast. Okay, so ready? Top, bottom, front, back, side, side. Top, bottom, front, back, side, side. You ready to go faster? Ready? Top, bottom, front, back, side, side. 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 Okay. Sit down. Alright, so a rectangular prism is going to have a top, bottom, front, back, side, side. Okay? The beauty about this is we actually, if we know a couple of these, then we don't have to know anything else. Okay? So pink, green, yellow, orange highlighters. Okay. So your top and bottom, I would take my pink highlighter and highlight these two. Your top and bottoms, so top and bottom, are going to be the same. So if you know the area of the top, you know the area of the bottom. Okay? I take my orange highlighter. All right, my front and my back are going to be the same. Yeah. All right, so my front and back are the same. just put it to the side. And then my two sides are the same. Okay? So if I know the area of the front, I also know the area of the back. And if I know the area of one side, I also know the area of the other side. Okay? If I know the area of the top, I know the area of the bottom. So really, we only have to find the area of three shapes. Okay? They've already kind of labeled the numbers for us, which is great. But there's some things I want you to see as far as our side lengths of which ones are congruent or which ones are the same. Because a lot of times what's going to happen is they're going to give us the rectangular prism, and they may draw the net for us, but the numbers aren't going to be there. And you're going to have to transfer the numbers from the box or from the prism to the net. Okay? So here's something I wanted to show you. Okay? So you can get your green highlighter. Okay? Your green highlighter. Do you see how this one runs up and down? That line runs up and down there. It's equal to 4 centimeters. In our net, all the ones that run up and down are going to be the same length. Okay? So all those green pieces are going to be equal to how long? 4. All right, I want you to take your pink. Okay? All the ones that run side to side. Okay? So this one that runs side to side, this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one, pink, are 5. These are going to be something special right here in just a second. Okay, those are all equal to each other. And then if you take your yellow, okay, that little piece right there, the one that runs kind of diagonal side like that, okay, that's what I call the elbow piece of where like it bends and meets. So like if you could visualize this folding on this line and this folds and this folds, kind of like right here. If you see right here how it folds, those are what I call your elbow pieces. Those are going to be the same. Okay, so that little piece right here are your elbow pieces. Okay, those are always going to be the same. So all the yellow pieces are going to be, well, how long? Here, 2. Okay.
You could also call them the right angle pieces.
You could call them the right angle pieces. Elbow just sounds fun to say. All right, so all the green pieces are how long? How long are all the green pieces? So 4, 4, 4, 4. All my pink pieces are how long? 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And all my yellow pieces are 2. Okay. I have now labeled every single side of this shape. So now I can find the area of each shape. So I'm going to start with the top. How do I find the area of a rectangle? Base times height. So 5 times 2, which is, if I know the area of the top, I know the area of the, because if you notice, the top is, the sides are pink and yellow, right? Well, look at the bottom. They're also pink and they're the same. Okay? Your front. Okay? What's the area of the front going to be? Base times height, so 5 times 4, which is going to be If I know the front, I know the back. And then my side piece right here, my side face, is 4 by 2. So if my one side is 8, the other side is. And now we want to know the total area of all that. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to add up all those sides. Give people a second. So 10 and 10 make 20. 20 and 20 make 40. 8 and 8 make 16. 6. So your surface area is equal to 76 centimeters squared, because we are still talking about area. It is a lot of little steps here, but they're not hard steps. It doesn't take a lot of brain power to do this. Okay? Especially the more we do it. And we're going to do it, the more we practice it, the faster you'll get at it. Okay? All right, so turn the page. Turn, not flip. All right, at the top here, you see the surface area of a triangular prism. To me, it looks like a net. We're going to hold off on this right now until we practice doing, we get a hold of rectangular prisms. Okay, we're going to come back to this, but right now, we're just going to look at rectangular prisms. Now, they want us to find the surface area of this solid, of this rectangular prism. But what did they not give us?
The net.
They did not give us the net. We can draw a net, and I'm going to show you a fast way to draw the net. Okay, so look at your pen, get your pencil. Okay, so quick way to draw a rectangular prism net. You're going to draw a long rectangle. Okay. Then you're going to draw a rectangle that runs up and down, but you want it kind of close to the front. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, mine was not most perfectly drawn. But how many spaces is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do I need?
No. You need 6.
I need 6 because it has 6 sides. So what I have to do is come right here and draw a line so that I have a total of 6. Okay? It's not necessarily a cube because not all the sides are the same. In order for it to be a cube, all the sides have to be the same. All right. So now I'm going to label it top, bottom, front, back, side, side. Top, bottom, front, back, side, side. Okay. I'm going to highlight. Get my green highlighter. Okay. We're going to start with the one that runs up and down. Okay. How long is the ones that run up and down?
6.
So all of these that run up and down are how long? 6. Okay. All of those are the same. Then I'm going to do my elbow pieces. So I can get my yellow. I'm going to do my elbow pieces. All of these are going to be the same. Which is this little side piece, this diagonal side piece right there. And then all the ones that run side to side are going to be the same. So right here. All the ones that run side to side. So how long are my green pieces? 6. So 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. How long are my pink pieces? 8. And how long are my yellow pieces?
3. That's a lot.
Okay. It looks like a lot, right?
It was so much colorful.
I'm going to come over here and write my list of top, bottom, front, back, side, side, so I can keep up with all my stuff. All right, so let's find the area of the top.
It's gonna be 24.
8 by 3, so 8 times 3 is... So if I know the top, you know the bottom. So I have my front,
It's gonna be 48.
8 by 6, 8 times 6, which is 48, which means my back is also... And then I look at my side.
And I think it's 8 times 6 again.
Look at your side. This is your side. You
I
have
have
yellow by green. So 3 times
24.
6,
No, 18.
18. And then we don't shout out your answer. Give everybody a chance to add it all up. All right. What'd you get, Taylor? 180. Anybody else get 180? Raise your hand. Good, because that's what the answer is. Your surface area equals 180 yards square. There is no shortcut to this, unfortunately. Okay? The biggest shortcut I can give you is the colors and knowing that top and back are the same, front and bottom are the same, that all of these are top, bottom, front, back, side, side are the same. Okay? And I did confirm that we can use highlighters and colors on milestones. Okay? So you'll be able to use and have this. Okay? Now, come milestones or come map testing or just IXL or anything like that that's not on paper, but that's on the computer. Okay? What are you going to have to do?
Whiteboard.
You're going to have to draw the net out yourself, right? On your paper. Or if they have the net for you, you could just trace it like we did yesterday, right? You could put your paper up there and you could just trace it. All right. Let's flip it over. Okay, we're going to look at number 3. Okay? We don't have the net, so we're going to have to draw the net. I'm going to start with a long rectangle. Then I'm going to draw a rectangle running up and down, vertical. And then I have to add another line, so I have them all. Then I have top, bottom, front, back, side, side. And I'm going to go ahead and make my list over here so I don't forget top, bottom, front, back, side, side. All right, I'm going to highlight all the ones that run up and down. So in my rectangular prism, The one that runs up and down is how long? 3. So all of the ones that run up and down are going to be 3 as well. My elbow pieces are all the same. And how long are my elbow pieces? 2. And then all the ones that run side to side, or proper word is horizontal.
The thing. Like a cross.
Yeah, it does. So that we can label it. Now we can start finding areas, right? The area of the top, 2 times 7, which is 14. So that means my bottom is also 14. My front is 3 by 7. So what's the 21? Which means my back is also. And then my sides are 3 by 2. So that gives me. And I add it all up. All right, what we get is our surface area when we added it all up.
82.
Our surface area equals 82 feet squared. All right, slide down and look at number 5. Okay, 5 is special. This is where you can kind of get a little shortcut. Because a cube, do you notice how all the sides are the same? That means all of them are going to share the same area. Okay, so if I have top, bottom, front, back, side, side, if I find the area of the front right here, it's 4 by 4, which is 16. Guess what all the other ones are going to be? 16. And then you could just add it all up, or because there's 6 of them, you could do 16 times 6. So 96 meters squared. That one is faster. Okay. That's only if it's a cube. And how do we know it's a cube?
If all the lengths that are shown like that are all the same.
If they're all the same. Okay. All right, let's turn the page. I want you to see how far you can get with number 1 on your own. I'm going to do it up here as well. So if you need to check yourself and look up here as you do it, you can. Okay, so I've got mine all labeled. The area of the top is going to be 4 by 1, which means the bottom is also 4. My front is 5 by 4, which means my back is also 20. And then my side is 5 times 1, which is 5. So I've got 8, 40, 10, 40 and 10 make 50, plus 8 is 58 centimeters square. How do we feel?
Good.
It's the same pattern over and over again. As long as you follow the same pattern over and over again, you can do it. Okay? I tried to make it as much of a pattern for you as I could. Okay? Alright. So those are rectangular prisms. Now we're going to look at triangular prisms. Okay?
Wait, this is going to be just like this. We're going to have the same top, same bottom. Right?
Alright, so this right here is a triangular prism. It kind of looks like a tent. Okay? How many sides does it have?
5.
It has a bottom, but does it have a top? No. So we have one less space than we did with a rectangular prism. What makes this a triangular prism and the other one a rectangular prism?
This amount of sides.
Amount of sides and
the triangles. Parallelograms.
look right here. What shape is this? You can't see it. What size is this?
Triangle.
A triangle. Okay? When I unfold it, Okay, the wings, the little wings, are what shape? Triangles, and the body are made up of rectangles. Okay, rectangles. Whereas this one had rectangle wings. Okay, or squares, but squares are rectangles. Okay, so instead of having 6, we're going to have 5 in our net. And instead of being able to do just base times height for all of them, we're also going to have to do the
base times height divided by 2 or base times height
the triangle formula for this. Okay, so let's turn back, okay, to 340. So flip back to where it says find the surface area of a triangular prism. Okay.
There's no top in this one.
All right, so there's no top. It follows the same pattern, but instead of there's not a top, there's just a bottom right here. Because if you look at your shape, it's just got a bottom. There's no top. Okay? So you've got a bottom, 2 sides, and a front and a back. Well, guess what? It's still going to follow the same thing. Okay? Your front and back are going to be the same. Your 2 sides are going to be the same. Okay? The pieces that run up and down, they're still going to stay the same. Okay? So those that run side to side, or I mean up and down like that, those are going to be the same size. Okay? Your elbow pieces are still going to be the same because they touch. So like if you look right here, if I were to fold this up, those touch. Do you see how the elbow piece here and here, that when I fold them, that they touch? So they have to be the same. If they touch, they're going to be the same size. Okay? So my elbow pieces are the same. And my pieces that run side to side are the same. So all the green pieces are how long? 10. Okay. All the yellow pieces are how long? And all the pink pieces are 6. The 4 is the height of the triangle. So those stay as 4, but your base of your triangle is going to be 6. And then we find the area of each one. Okay, I'm going to start with bottom because that's first on my list. The bottom is a rectangle, so it's 10 by 6, which is 60. Okay, then I'm going to skip to my 2 sides because those are also rectangles. Okay, I have 10 by 5, which is, so this side's 50, this side is 50. Now I have triangles. I have to swap gears. I have to remember that the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height or base times height divided by 2. Either one that you decide. What is the base of the triangle? What is the height of the triangle? So 6 times 4 is 24. Half of 24 is 12. So if the front is 12, the back is 12. And then I just do the same thing, and I add them all up. So I get 24, 160. That gives me 84, 100. So it gives me a surface area of 184 feet squared.
This is easy. We all thought it was going to be hard. It's basically the same thing, except you're only short.
Mm-hmm. All right, flip it over. All right, I'm going to come back to number 2. The reason I'm coming back to number 2 is if you'll notice, the triangle here is a right triangle, whereas where we did it over here, it was an isosceles or an equilateral triangle or isosceles triangle, okay? This one is not. So this one we're going to have to do a little bit differently, okay? But this looks like what we just did. So we're going to draw it. We're going to make our little rectangle. Okay, that's the body part. Okay, but our wings this time, what are triangles? So triangles. Do you see the difference between this and this? Okay. And I only needed how many spaces? How many faces do I need? 5. Okay. This is the front. See how the triangle's in the front of the shape? Do you see that? So that means this one is the back. These two right here are your sides. And your middle one is your bottom. Okay, so we don't have a top. We just have I'll go top, bottom, front, back, side, side. Okay, I can still highlight the things that are the same. So everything that runs up and down are the same. My elbow pieces are the same. But how do I know which numbers here come over to here and where they go?
If you see a 5, that's going to be a 3 because that, if you folded it back together, that corner right there on the bottom is right on the right side of the bottom, and that is 2. So
if you look at the bottom piece, right, like you see how like they let it like transparent and you can see what the bottom would be? Do you see that right there? How that's the bottom? What are the side links of the bottom?
That looks like a 10.
The side links are 3 by 5, right? Let's start with this. Let's start with the base of the triangle because we can find that real easy. The base of the triangle is how long? How long is the base of the triangle?
5.
No. Of the triangle. 3. Okay, so the base of the triangle is 3. All right. Your slanted piece right here, that's your elbow piece. Okay? So 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5.
And that 2 is your height?
2 is the height for the triangle. We need to know this green thing, the green lines.
Oh. So we highlight both of them then.
So how long is the greens going to be? 5. Because if you look at the bottom, look at the bottom of the shape. Okay? Here's the bottom of the shape. Right here, right? It has this side and this side. Well, it shares one of the sides with the triangle, and it shares one of the sides of the rectangle. Is it one of the slanted pieces? No, it's not one of the slanted pieces. So this side and this side make up the bottom. So if you look at your shape right here, this side of the triangle and this piece make up the bottom. Okay? All right, so now we got to find the areas. So let's start with our rectangles. Let's start with the bottom.
5 times 2 plus 5.
The bottom?
Oh, no.
What's the bottom?
3.
5 times 3, which is 15. I'm going to save my triangles for last because that's just who I am. I like to save those for last. Okay, so my sides is 5 times 2.5.
It would be 12.5.
Okay, so 12.5 and 12.5.
You could just do if you know 2 times that 2 times 5 is 10. Then what's half of 5, which is 2.5, and then you just add 2.5.
All right, so our triangle is area equals 1/2 base times height. What's the base of our triangle?
3.
3. What's the height of our triangle?
2.
Come back to your original shape. What's the height of your triangle? 2. So 1/2, 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. Half of 6 is
46.
what do we get? Sorry, what do we get? 46 meters squared is our surface area. These are a little bit more, take a little bit more than just the rectangular prisms, in my opinion. Which ones do y'all like better? These are a little bit easier to me than
But
these.
I think the triangle was more fun, sort of.
All right, so let's turn, okay.
Now we have to learn about right triangles.
Let's start with number 4 first. We have to draw our net. Front, back, side, side. So this is my bottom. I'm going to start with the base of my triangle. So I'm going to come over here and look at my, in the 3D form. What is the base or the bottom of the triangle? How long is it? 8. So the bottom of my triangle is 8. So for my bottom, okay, my bottom touches the pink, right? So it's touching 8. So what number is also touching the pink line over here? 4. So all my greens are going to be how long? 4.
And then your elbows would be 5.
Your elbows are going to be your slanted pieces, right? And then we find the area of each individual one. So my bottom is 8 times 4. My side is 5 by 4, which is
40.
and then my rectangle, my triangle is 1/2 base times height. My base is 8. What's the height of my triangle?
3.
Go back to your original picture of the triangle. Your height is how long? 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. Half of 24 is,
12.
so my front is 12 and my back is 12. I add them all up.
96 inches squared.
What'd you get?
96 inches squared. I got 88 inches squared. What? Yeah, 90. I got. Yeah, I meant this.
All right. Tomorrow we'll have to look at ones with that, and we're going to look at pyramids. Okay?